Hello there. Today I want to read a book to you about verbs. It's by a wonderful author and her name is Ruth Heller. Now Ruth Heller has done a whole lot of books. This one's about verbs, she's done one about adjectives, she's done one about adverbs, and all of them are written by her and illustrated by her. The illustrations are bright and vivid. They really are quite spectacular. So let's get started. Here we go. Kites Sail High, a book about verbs by Ruth Heller. Stay, remain, taste, smell, appear, see, turn, become, grow. Kites Sail High, a book about verbs written and illustrated by Ruth Heller. A verb is really the most superb of any word you've ever heard. A verb tells you something is being done. Roses bloom. And people run. Pelicans fly. Kites sail high. And rabbits quickly multiply. A vigorous verb is superb. It tells you fireworks explode. And horses thunder down the road. Of equal attraction, of verbs of less action, have is a verb. These kings have gold. And so is has. She has a cold. Here are verbs that we use to link. I am a cat. My nose is pink. My spur feels soft. I sound content. My lifestyle looks most opulent. Is, am, and are, and was, and were, and being, been, and be are linking words and, as you see, show no activity. Nor do these other verbs that link feel or sound or look. More of them are listed as you opened this book. Is, am, and are, was and were, and being, been, and be are here again. This time you'll see they're called auxiliary. Along with do and does and did and has and have and had and shall and will and should and might and may and can and would. They're helping verbs and they are able to form verb phrases, as in this fable. While the hare who should have won the race was napping, in the noonday sun, the tortoise with a steady pace was inching by and won the race. Only a verb can change its tenses, and here are some of the consequences. Irregular verbs have you aghast by the way they change from present to past. I wrote, I write, I wrote, or I have written. I bite, I bit, or I have bitten. I sink, I sank, or I have sunk. I shrink, I shrank, or I have shrunk. These are just a very few from the list of more than 52. Most regular verbs change easily by adding on an E and D. I paint, I painted, or I have painted. There are 3 moods to express, and of course a verb does that the best. The imperative mood makes a request. Please take just one and leave the rest. Or it gives a command, march! That is a whole sentence in one single word. And of course, that can only be done by a verb. The indicative mood just states a fact. We act. A subjugative mood expresses a wish or uses the words as though or if. If I were a fish, as though that could be, I'd swim in a beautiful tropical sea. Verbs have 2 voices, passive and active. Choose the one you find most attractive. This egg was laid by a hen named Sade. That's passive voice. A hen named Sade laid this egg. That's active. Each sentence requires 1 verb or more. She sells seashells at the seashore. And here is a sentence with verbs galore. Lizards leap and pile in a heap and slither and climb and splash and creep and swim and cavort and fall asleep. Now, as an important afterthought about words that are verbs and words that are not. Is a verb. Not is not. Put them together and you have is not. That with a quick converging action is not becomes isn't. That's called a contraction. Is not becomes isn't. Use every restraint and never, no never, please never say ain't.